Hello, my desktop publishing students. I have opened up the file called Price Change and saved it, and that's where you are now. All right, the first thing it asks us to do is set a continuous section break. Now, it said put your cursor on the blank line before standard size, and that's what I've got. Now, when we go to layout here, we go to breaks and take a look where continuous is. It's under section breaks. So continuous says I can change the formats, but I stay on the same page. So watch section break continuous. I can change the formats, but I still stay on the same page. All right, then it asks me to go to price changes, and it says put in breaks, section break, next page. So now we get a new page, but again I can change the formats. So let's go to view here. Let's go to multiple pages. So here we can see that we have our section break continuous, which means I can change the formats but stay on the same page. Here I have section break next page, which means I'm on a new page, but I can change the formats. Now it says format section 2. Okay, so section 2, this is section 1. Check your taskbar down here. This is section 2. All right, so you're going to select this, and now I'll go back to page width so you can see it. This is section 2, and it says use a left margin. Okay, so we're going to go to layout, we're going to go to margins and custom margins, and we're going to put a left margin, not a top, at 1.5 and a right margin at 1. All right, say okay, and there you should be like that. Now it says use 1.5 line spacing in all this section, so I've got it selected. So I'm going to go Control 5 for my 1.5 spacing, and now it says adjust the tab settings to space the columns evenly. The second column should have a left tab, so I want to select from here down there. Okay, and I want a left tab. Well, it's on right, so I need a right tab at 5, so I might as well put that one in. All right, and then I'll go and change this, and I will put it to left at 2 inches. So now I have item number at the left hand side, I have description at 2 inches, and I have the prices at 5. Now it says bold the column headings. Okay, so I've got the column headings selected. I'm going to Control B for bold, and it said center, bold, and apply 14-point small caps to the title. All right, so I want to go to home here. I want to bold. I want to make it size 14, and I think it said center. Yeah, and 14 points small caps. So I'm going to go here and put on my small caps, and there's my standard size boxes. All right, and change the title paragraph spacing before. Okay, so I've got it still selected, so I go to paragraph, and it said put spacing before, and I'm supposed to have 24 points. All right, so, oh, not 224, 24 points. And say okay. All right, so we just put a little bit more space. If I go to view, multiple pages, you can see the extra space that you put in there. This time it says go to section 1. Okay, section 1 is here. And it says key in a memo heading to store managers from, and use the current date and price changes, and add your reference initials at the end. All right, we'll do that. Okay, so I typed in mine, memo to store managers from Thomas Campbell, the date December 1st, subject price changes, and when I was here, I went and put my tab in at 0.9 where you're used to putting it in. Also, I added my initials, and I added the word attachment as it directed us to do. And then I saved my work. So I assume that's what you've done too. All right, so now we're ready to go. It says copy the formatting from the title in section 2. All right, here's our title, so I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to home, double click on my paintbrush, and go down, and I'm going to paint price changes so that it matches. Alright, I'm going to turn my paintbrush off. And now it says in section 3, okay, we're in section 3, and it says set the left and right margins to 1 inch. So layout, margins, custom, and we want the left to be 1 inch, and we want the right to be 1 inch. Alright, and now it says select the tab text in section 3 and change the left indent. Okay, so select this and change the left indent to 1 inch. Alright, so I'm coming into 1 inch, and then says set a right aligned dotted tab at 5.5. Alright, so I'm going to go here, right aligned at 5.5, and then I'm going to go to paragraph, go to tabs, and 5.5. Okay, I see the problem here. Hold on. Select just these lines, okay? And now, oh, there's 2 tabs there. Shouldn't have been. So I'm going to pull that off. 5.5, and now I want to go to paragraph, and I want to go here to tabs, and there's my 5.5, and I want leader number 2. Set it, say OK. So now I have the leaders in where I should have. And it said bold the column headings, so I've got to bold the column headings. And by the looks of things, I would say this new price, I'm going to drag it over because it's got to be centered over here. And that doesn't look very well centered. Here's a left tab I got to get rid of. And this right tab, I don't need that. There's my right tab, and I think that's how the model showed you, yeah, to line it up. So this one here, we have our right tab, and I'm putting it in the same place as the other one. All right, and then it asks you to, remove, well, I never put the dotted leaders on the heading in the first place, so I didn't have to remove them. All right, and then it says format the title with 24 points of spacing before, and it should already have it because I used my paintbrush. So that's done. Oh, it asks for 12 points after. Okay, so go to paragraph, and we want to put 12 points after, and we want single spacing. And say OK. All right, so we add a little more space in there. Now it says change the alignment on section 3. So on this page, let's go to view so you can watch it. View multiple pages. We want to have vertical alignment, so we're going to go to layout. We're going to go to page setup, and we're going to go to layout here and say centered. And we want to say apply to this section. So check that, make sure you've got it. Say OK, and there it is, centered. All right, and that's what you were supposed to have for this document. So save it, and we'll stop there.